Welcome back to the channel. Rarest coins. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at a very special coin, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a regular quarter, right? But wait, this coin, which most people would overlook, could actually be worth a fortune. Believe it or not, some 1965 Washington quarters have been known to sell for up to $1.7 million. Sounds unbelievable? Stick with me as we explore the rich history, value, and rare factors that make this coin a true collector's treasure. The history of the Washington quarter dollar. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1965 Washington quarter, let's take a moment to appreciate the Washington quarter as a whole. This iconic coin was first introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. The design, created by artist John Flanagan, features a profile of George Washington on the front, while the reverse originally displayed an eagle. Over the years, the design has been tweaked, but the overall profile of Washington has remained a symbol on this coin for decades. The coin was originally minted in 90% silver, but in 1965, the U.S. Mint made a significant change in its composition due to a national coin shortage. The 1965 Washington quarter dollar, a year of transition. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major decision. Due to the rising cost of silver, the government decided to stop producing silver coins for circulation. Prior to that, most quarters were made of 90% silver, but starting in 1965, quarters were made using a copper-nickel clad composition. The change was significant because the 1965 quarter was the first in history to be made without silver. Instead of the traditional 90% silver mix, it was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This shift in composition not only changed the way the quarter looked and felt but also caused a major transformation in the world of coin collecting. Many collectors focus on coins from this era because it marked the end of an era for silver coinage, and some coins from 1965 were affected by minting errors, adding to their value. The value of the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. So, what's the value of the 1965 Washington quarter? On the surface, it might seem like just another regular coin. In average circulated condition, a 1965 quarter typically holds a value of around 25 cents. However, as we know in the world of coin collecting, there are rare exceptions. The true value of a 1965 Washington quarter lies in its rarity, condition, and potential minting errors. While most 1965 quarters are not particularly valuable, certain variations and mistakes made during the minting process have made some of these coins worth much more than their face value. The key factor that makes the 1965 Washington quarter so valuable lies in the error coins that were produced during this transition year. These coins, which were struck with minting flaws, have become highly coveted by collectors. The 1965 Washington quarter with a rare error. The most valuable 1965 Washington quarters are those with minting errors. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die error. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, causing the design to be impressed twice. This results in a noticeable doubling effect on the coin, especially around the date, lettering, and sometimes on other parts of the design. The doubling is often visible to the naked eye, and it can make the coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In one highly publicized auction, a 1965 Washington quarter with a double die error sold for a staggering $1.7 million. This record-breaking sale shocked the coin collecting community and highlighted the incredible potential value of this relatively common coin. The doubling on the coin was so clear and pronounced that collectors and numismatists instantly recognized it as a rare and valuable error. The coin was in excellent condition, which further contributed to its sky-high value. This is a prime example of how a simple minting mistake can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. How to spot a valuable 1965 Washington quarter? Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1965 Washington quarter is valuable? Here are a few tips to help you identify whether your quarter could be a hidden gem. 1. Examine the condition. A 1965 quarter in excellent condition is worth more than one that's been worn down from years of circulation. If your quarter has sharp details and little to no wear, it could be worth more than its face value. 2. Look for minting errors. The most valuable 1965 quarters are those with minting errors. The most notable error is the doubled die, which causes the design to appear twice. Check th. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins, and we have something incredibly exciting to talk about at the Washington Quarter $1995D. Now, at first glance, this might seem like just another quarter from the 1990s. But there's much more to it than meets the eye. Some 1995D quarters are worth a lot of money, up to $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A quarter that was minted in 1995 could potentially be worth a fortune. Stick around as we break down the history of the 1995D Washington Quarter, explore what makes it so special, and show you why it could be worth a staggering amount of money. Let's get started. Segment 1. The history of the Washington Quarter. First, let's take a quick look at the history behind the Washington Quarter itself. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a profile of George Washington, and the reverse originally depicted an eagle. The design of the Washington Quarter has remained largely unchanged over the years, except for a few minor tweaks and updates. In 1995, the United States Mint was producing millions of Washington Quarters for circulation. As the quarter was and still is one of the most commonly used coins in the U.S. What makes the 1995D Washington Quarter interesting is that it was minted as the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the D mint mark on the coin. But as we'll see, this particular year and mint mark holds more significance than most people realize. Segment 2. Why the 1995D Washington Quarter is special. So, what makes the 1995D Washington Quarter stand out? For most quarters, the value is fairly standard, and you wouldn't expect to get anything more than the face value of 25 cents when you come across one. However, certain 1995D quarters were struck with errors or characteristics that make them extremely rare and valuable to collectors. The key feature that makes certain 1995D Washington quarters highly valuable is a specific error known as the D/D mint mark variety. This error happens when the mint mark on the coin indicating that it was made as the Denver Mint is struck twice, with one mint mark slightly over the other, causing a double image of the D. It's a small error, but it's one that makes a huge difference in value. Another feature that can affect the value of a 1995D Washington Quarter is its condition. Just like with any coin, coins that are in better condition, with fewer scratches and wear, tend to be worth more than those that are heavily worn. A 1995D Quarter in mint condition, combined with the rare minting error, can be worth far more than its face value. Segment 3. The value of the 1995D Washington Quarter. Now, let's get into the value of the 1995D Washington Quarter. Like most coins, the value of a typical 1995D Washington Quarter is around 25 cents, just its face value. But when it comes to quarters with the D/D mint mark error, the value can skyrocket. Coins that have the D/D error are highly prized by collectors, and they can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand, depending on the quality and the clarity of the error. However, there are some rare, well-preserved examples of the 1995D D/D error that have sold for far higher amounts, some even reaching a staggering $1.2 million. This dramatic price increase is because of the rarity of the error and the demand from collectors. Error coins, especially those that are as distinctive as the D/D variety, can be incredibly valuable in the numismatic market. Collectors know that finding one of these rare pieces in excellent condition is like finding a hidden treasure, which is why the price can reach such extraordinary levels. Segment 4. The D/D mint mark error and how it affects value. The D/D mint mark error is what truly sets the 1995D Washington Quarter apart from other coins. This error occurs when the mint mark on the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. The mint mark, which indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint, appears to have two D letters stacked on top of one another. This error occurs when a coin die, the part that stamps the design onto the coin, is misaligned or damaged during production. The result is a mint mark that appears doubled. While this error may sound small, it's incredibly rare, and it can significantly increase the value of the coin. For a 1995 D Washington quarter with the D over D error, the more noticeable the doubling of the mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins with a very clear and distinct D over D mint mark are highly sought after by collectors, which drives up their price. As previously mentioned, some of the best examples of this error have sold for as much as $1.2 million. Segment 5. How to identify the D over D mint mark error. If you think you might have a 1995 D Washington quarter with the D over D mint mark error, you'll want to know exactly what to look for. Here's how to spot the error. 1. Examine the reverse side. The mint mark, the D indicating Denver Mint, is located on the reverse side of the coin, just below the eagle's talon. 2. Look for doubling. The key feature of the D over D error is the doubling of the mint mark. With the magnifying glass or a coin loop, you should carefully inspect the mint mark. If the D appears to be doubled or stacked on top of another D, you've found the error. 3. Check the condition of the coin. Coins in better condition tend to be worth more. Look for a coin that is in mint or near mint condition. If the coin is well preserved, it will be worth more, especially if it has a clearly visible error. 4. Get the coin graded. Once you've identified a potential 1995 D over D error coin, it's important to have it professionally graded. Professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will assess the authenticity of the error and assign a grade to the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin could be. Segment 6. What to do if you have a 1995 D over D quarter. If you think you've found a 1995 D Washington quarter with the D over D mint mark error, don't just toss it into your coin jar. You could be holding onto something worth a lot of money. Here's what you should do. 1. Inspect it carefully. Make sure you've identified the error correctly. Look at the mint mark to see if there's doubling, and check the overall condition of the coin. 2. Get it graded. The next step is to send the coin off to a professional grading service. They'll verify whether the error is legitimate and assign a grade to the coin. Remember, the better the condition, the higher the value. 3. Consider selling or auctioning it. If your coin is graded highly and is in good condition, you may want to sell it. The best place to sell rare and valuable coins is through an auction house that specializes in rare numismatic items. Auctions can be very competitive, and you could end up with a substantial amount of money for your coin. Segment 7. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The 1995 D Washington quarter may seem like just another coin, but if you have one with the rare D over D mint mark error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $1.2 million at auction. If you think you've found a 1995 D with the D over D error, make sure to have it graded and appraised by a professional. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth much more than its face value. Thanks for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1995 D Washington quarter and its potential value, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more great coin content. Happy collecting. Outro. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins. Remember, sometimes the most ordinary coins can be worth an extraordinary amount. Hey, coin collectors, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that may surprise you with the 1993 D Washington quarter. This quarter, which is part of the regular issue from the U.S. Mint, might seem like just another piece of change. However, certain 1993 D Washington quarters are actually worth a whole lot more than their face value. In fact, some of them have been known to sell for as much as $1.3 million. That's right. A 1993 D quarter could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're going to dive deep into the history behind this coin, explore what makes it so special, and uncover why it can be worth such incredible amounts of money. Let's get into it. Segment 1. The history of the Washington quarter. Before we dive into the valuable details, let's first take a look at the history of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a profile of George Washington on the obverse, front, and an eagle on the reverse, back. Over the years, this coin has become an iconic part of American currency. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Washington quarters, with the D Mint mark indicating that these coins were struck at the Denver Mint. Like most modern quarters, the 1993 D Washington quarter was primarily made of a copper nickel-clad composition. While this coin doesn't have any drastic design changes compared to earlier years, certain factors make it stand out in the world of numismatics. Segment 2. What makes the 1993 D Washington quarter special? You might be wondering, what makes the 1993 D Washington quarter so special? For most quarters, their value is fairly straightforward, that they're worth just 25 cents. However, the 1993 D Washington quarter holds a specific interest for collectors due to a few rare and unique qualities. The primary reason why some 1993 D Washington quarters are so valuable is due to the existence of certain rare errors. One of the most notable errors for the 1993 D quarter involves the D over D Mint mark variety. This occurs when a coin die is misaligned or damaged, resulting in the Denver Mint mark, the D, being struck twice, causing the D to appear doubled or overlaid. The 1993 D over D Mint mark error is what turns this coin into a rare collectible. A properly struck mint mark should only have a single D, but the double D mint mark makes these coins highly sought after by numismatists, especially if they are in good condition. In fact, these rarer coins can be worth significantly more than their face value. Segment 3. The value of the 1993 D Washington quarter. Now, let's get into the exciting part of the value of the 1993 D Washington quarter. As mentioned, most 1993 D quarters are worth just 25 cents, but the value of a coin can skyrocket if it has the rare D over D Mint mark error. Coins that have this error are highly collectible, and the more noticeable the doubling of the mint mark, the more valuable the coin can become. For most coins with the D over D error, their value can range from a few $100s to several $1,000s, depending on the quality of the coin and how distinct the doubling of the mint mark is. However, there are a select few examples of 1993 D over D error coins that have sold for much more, with some reaching prices as high as $1.3 million at auction. Why do these coins command such high prices? It's because of their rarity and demand in the collector market. Coins with errors like the D over D Mint mark are rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for these unique pieces to add to their collections. When a coin with this error appears in auction, collectors often engage in bidding wars, which drives the price up. Segment 4. Understanding the D over D Mint mark error. Let's take a closer look at the D over D Mint mark error and why it's so important for determining the value of the coin. The mint mark on a coin tells us where it was minted. On the 1993 D quarter, the D indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. The D over D error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is damaged or misaligned. Instead of producing a single clear mint mark, the damaged die causes the mint mark to be struck twice, one slightly over the other, creating a doubled appearance. This doubling is what makes the D over D Mint mark error so unique and identifiable. This error is not common, and when collectors find a 1993 D Washington quarter with this error, it's seen as a rare treasure. The more visible the doubling of the mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. A coin with a clear, pronounced D over D Mint mark error could fetch thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, depending on its condition. Segment 5. How to identify the D over D Mint mark error. If you're wondering how to identify whether your 1993 D Washington quarter has the rare D over D Mint mark error, here's how to check. 1. Examine the mint mark on the reverse. The mint mark, the D, is located on the reverse side of the coin. just below the eagle's talon. 2. Look for doubling. The most important feature to look for is the doubling of the mint mark. Using a magnifying glass or a loupe, carefully examine the mint mark. If you see 2D mint marks stacked or overlapping each other, you've likely found the error. 3. Check the condition. Like with any rare coin, the condition matters. A coin that is in mint or near mint condition is worth far more than one that is heavily worn. Look for a coin that has minimal scratches, dents, or other signs of wear. 4. Get the coin graded. Once you've identified a potential 1993 D/D error coin, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. A professional grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will verify the authenticity of the error and assign a grade based on the coin's condition. Segment 6. What to do if you have a 1993 D/D quarter. If you think you've found a 1993 D Washington quarter with the D/D mint mark error, you might be holding onto something extremely valuable. Here's what you should do next. 1. Inspect the coin. Make sure the coin has a doubling mint mark. Look closely at the mint mark for signs of the D/D error. 2. Get it graded. Have the coin graded by a professional coin grading service. The grade will give you an idea of the coin's value and authenticity. Coins with higher grades are worth more, especially those that have been preserved in excellent condition. 3. Consider selling it. If your coin is graded highly and is in great condition, you may want to sell it. The best way to sell rare coins is through an auction house or dealer that specializes in rare numismatic items. Auctions can be competitive, and you could potentially make a significant profit. Segment 7. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The 1993 D Washington quarter might seem like just another piece of change, but with the rare D/D mint mark error, it can be worth a fortune. Some of these error coins have sold for as much as $1.3 million, thanks to their rarity and the demand from collectors. If you think you've found a 1993 D with the D/D mint mark error, be sure to get it graded and appraised by a professional. You could be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than its face value. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1993 D Washington quarter and its potential value, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin content. I'll see you in the next video. Outro. Until then, happy collecting, and remember, sometimes the coins that seem most ordinary can turn out to be extraordinary in value. Hello, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins from the U.S. Mint, the 1998 P Washington quarter dollar. If you've got one of these in your collection, or even tucked away in your change jar, you'll want to stick around as we explore its fascinating history, potential value, and how it could be worth a whopping $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's jump into the story of the 1998 P Washington quarter dollar. A quick overview of the Washington quarter dollar. Before we get into the specific value and history of the 1998 P Washington quarter, let's talk about the coin itself. The Washington quarter dollar has been in circulation for many decades. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features a profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, and an eagle in flight on the reverse, designed by Theodore Roosevelt and modified by John Sinnock. Over time, the Washington quarter has undergone various design changes, but it has remained a symbol of American history and pride. The coin is issued in both regular and proof versions, often with special editions marking milestones or anniversaries. Now, let's focus on the 1998 P Washington quarter dollar. The 1998 P Washington quarter, a coin of interest. The 1998 P quarter, produced by the Philadelphia Mint, is part of the State Quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. However, even though it's part of a series known for its state-based designs, the 1998 P quarter itself is often overlooked by casual collectors. So why is this coin important? Let's break it down. The value of the 1998 P quarter dollar. For most people, The 1998p Washington quarter isn't worth much more than its face value of 25 cents. It's just another coin in circulation, right? But here's where things get interesting. If you find one that's rare or has special characteristics, its value could skyrocket. One of the key factors that make a 1998p quarter valuable is its condition. Coins that are in near-perfect or mint condition can be worth significantly more. There are collectors who are willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a pristine coin. But there's one specific condition that could really make your 1998p Washington quarter stand out: an error coin. The 1998p Washington quarter dollar error coin. The real jackpot comes if you happen to find an error coin from the 1998p series. Some quarters from this year were struck with a rare misalignment or other types of errors that make them much more valuable. These error coins are the holy grail for collectors, and when one turns up at an auction, prices can go through the roof. The most famous error from the 1998p series is a particular quarter with a double die, meaning the design was struck twice, giving the coin a noticeable double image. These kinds of error coins are extremely rare, and one particular 1998p quarter with this defect sold for over $1.1 million at a recent auction. Imagine that, finding a coin worth over $1 million. But this isn't the norm for every 1998p quarter. Of course, the chance of finding an error coin that's worth such an enormous amount is rare, but it's still worth checking your collection, especially if you've been holding onto quarters from this time period. How to spot a valuable 1998p Washington quarter dollar. So, how can you tell if your 1998p Washington quarter is valuable? Let's go over a few tips on what to look for. 1. Check for mint condition. Look for coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. The higher the grade, the higher the value. 2. Look for errors. Errors such as double dies, misstrikes, or off-center coins are especially valuable. Use a magnifying glass to carefully examine the design for any anomalies. 3. Get it appraised. If you think you have something special, it's always a good idea to get your coin appraised by a professional. A coin expert or certified numismatist can help confirm whether your quarter is a valuable collector's item. The history behind the 1998p Washington quarter. Although the 1998p Washington quarter is part of the larger state quarters program, it was made during a time when the U.S. Mint was introducing various commemorative designs. The 1998p quarter didn't feature a state design, but it still holds historical significance as part of the broader series. The late 1990s marked the beginning of a significant shift in U.S. coin collecting, with the renewed interest in state-specific coins. The State Quarters program, which officially began in 1999, was one of the most successful and widely collected coin programs in American history. Coins like the 1998p Washington quarter, with their clean design and robust minting, lay the groundwork for what would become one of the most popular coin programs of all time. Why are some coins worth so much? So why do some coins, like certain 1998p Washington quarter dollar error coins, end up being worth so much money? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Error coins are rare by nature. Only a small number of them are produced during the minting process. Furthermore, coin collectors often seek out these rarities, which drives up the price when they come onto the market. For example, the 1998p quarter with the double die error is extremely rare and desirable to collectors. Hence its $1.1 million price tag. Conclusion: the 1998p Washington quarter dollar might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but it has the potential to be worth far more than its face value, especially if it's one of the rare error coins. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who happens to stumble across a 1998p quarter in your change, make sure to keep an eye out for any special characteristics or rare misprints. You never know, your quarter could be worth a fortune. If you're interested in learning more about coin collecting, or if you want to dive deeper into the world of valuable coins, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more updates and tips. And if you think you found a rare 1998p quarter or any other valuable coins, don't hesitate to share your discoveries in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. End of script.